everybody. Daniel Kaiser here for GameTrailers.com at E3 2010, joined by Vince from Ubisoft, who's a producer on Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Thanks so much for joining us, sneaking into the booth here at E3.
My pleasure.
Excellent. So obviously, a huge billboard outside for this game. It's one of the most talked about games of the show. Tell us what you guys are showing off.
So today we're showing our brand new E3 demo. And this time around, this takes place in Monteriggioni. So after the events of Assassin's Creed 2, Ezio comes back home. He needs a break. He's super tired after defeating the Pope in the Vatican, and comes back home. And right from there, Cesare, so the Pope's son, decides to strike back and have his revenge directly on Avila. So that's what you're seeing here.
Excellent. Now, obviously, Assassin's Creed 2 improved upon the concept of the original game, but what is Brotherhood bringing to the table? Obviously, it's a quick turnaround compared to the first, to the sequel. So tell us what Brotherhood is bringing to the table for fans to look forward to.
Right. So Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is basically a full sequel to Assassin's Creed 2. We just decided we weren't done with Ezio Auditore just yet. It takes a very long time to build a main character like that, and to do all the research on the setting and the Renaissance period. And we just felt that we had a lot to show still, especially with the city of Rome. So this game takes place mainly in the beautiful city of Rome, which we didn't really cover at all. We just teased it at the end of Assassin's Creed 2. And Assassin's Creed Brotherhood also improves on a lot of features all around, but we're focusing mostly on a new, better fight system, so more aggressive AI, a lot of offensive moves and mechanics that have been added, and of course new weapons and new types of enemies. And then we've, because just the city itself is 3 times as large as our previous largest city, which was Florence, from any Assassin's Creed game. This time it's 3 times the size, so we had to improve the horse and make sure that the players could use the horse in the city as a means of transportation, but also to fight against other horsemen. And then, of course, Ezio cannot defeat the forces of the Borgia alone, so he will assemble a new Assassin's Guild based on the philosophy of Altair and a previous Assassin's Creed. And we'll see, players will get to play, or at least to recruit and train these assassins to form a brotherhood against the Borgias. And finally, one of the cool features we're adding is, if you remember all the villa management stuff in Assassin's Creed 2, well, we took the best out of that, and we've improved it and put it all over the city of Rome. So Ezio will be able to, in a way, to bring the Renaissance to Rome by upgrading building, structures, landmarks, and so on. And of course, this will be tied to the economic system.
Excellent.
And of course, we have the multiplayer, which is the cherry on the cake.
Yes, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Can you give us a little more insight into the Brotherhood, though? Who are these characters that we're going to get an opportunity to meet and to recruit?
Yeah, we like to call these guys they're heroes without a cause, you know. And Ezio will meet them in the game world. They will either be already fighting and Ezio can join in and help them out, or they'll be in peril, and same thing here, Ezio just helps them out, and then they pledge their allegiance to Ezio and to his cause, and they decide to join the Assassin's Creed. But at first they're just recruits, right? So Ezio will be able to send them on missions all across Europe. So this is it's like a game within the game, and once they level up, they can Ezio can use, the player can use the experience gained to select which skills they will evolve into. So it's like a mini RPG. And then once that's done, they're ready, they're strong enough. Ezio, or the player, I mean, can use the assassins in the game world. So we'll have a token system. This will not be, unlimited, but we're not revealing exactly how many you'll be able to recruit, but it'll be very interesting.
Excellent. Now, obviously, feeling like a badass in this game is a main priority for you guys, making the player feel, like a wonderful character that you've created there. Tell us a little bit about how you've expanded on that with both the stealth and combat. You mentioned briefly about improving on the combat. Give us some specifics.
Basically, we wanted to reward more aggressive players. So that doesn't mean that we've completely changed our philosophy. There's a lot of people that enjoy our particular fight system with the super cool counter kills and that kind of stuff, but we wanted to add another layer for very aggressive players. So there's a ton of new attacks and offensive moves. Ezio can use both the gun and the sword at the same time, so we have a bunch of these new types of combos. Ezio also will be able to use a crossbow finally, so it's something we've been promising for a while. So now it's there, and we'll have a few more surprises.
Excellent. And how much of these the things you've implemented in this was derived from fan feedback? I mean, obviously you probably got a lot from Assassin's Creed 2. How much of that did you take and directly put it into the game?
We listen a lot to our fans. We try to put all the ideas in a box and then prioritize them and then select which one are appropriate for the telling the story, basically. So that's what we were doing this time around. That's why the Assassin's Guild, building a guild, worked with the idea of Ezio needing help against the Borgias, who are much stronger this time around. Because they've on their side they've recruited the Swiss guards, who are super highly trained elite soldiers, and then and just in general we are always having idea brainstorms and using that for creating our games.
And what's the reaction been like here at E3 2010 so far?
It's been good. I think we've surprised people with coming strong with another Assassin's Creed this year. We were ready. It's the same development team, and we're still working with other studios, internal studios, and we're slowly developing particular skills in each of those studios. And now ANSI is helping us with the multiplayer, so we have a very strong core team, and that's why we're able to do a lot in a year.
Excellent. And speaking of multiplayer, we'll check that out here in just a minute, but thanks so much for your time, Vince.
Thank you.
For the latest on Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, GameTrailers.com.